Hey y'all, I'm back with the Traveler's Notebook process video, and this one is going to be a picture of myself, my husband, and my daughter. And I thought I would keep it kind of long at first, and then I do trim it just a little bit. Now this Traveler's Notebook is new. I got it from Michael's, and I really like the pages. I like that they're not really manila. They're a little bit more white. And so I think I'm just going to use this as like a random family notebook. So I have a few other traveler's notebooks. One is like a vacation album. The other one is when my daughter was like a baby, like infant. And so I thought and then I have another one that's all about food. So I thought I would kind of create a new one that has to do with just family. So I decided to pull my scrap bin, as you saw, and I am going to try to use just all scrap, like as far as paper goes. And right now I'm just kind of cutting up some of the scraps to see if it's going to work for me. I saw this cute little paper that has houses. I think it's probably Dear Lizzie, if I can remember correctly. Not even sure if I can remember the collection. But anyway, so I'm just going to cut it up and use it as ephemera. I'm going to cut up about 4 or 5 different houses, and that way I can have some options once I start layering some things on my notebook. So at this point, I think my photo is going to be on the right side, but I do end up actually changing it and putting it on the left. I liked that a little bit better, and then I thought it would be nice to have a title on the right side. So I did go ahead and trim up my photo, and now I'm going to adhere it to a piece of pattern paper, and that was just from my scrap stash. And then I'm going to adhere another piece of pattern paper. I think that was crepe paper that I just used the wood grain, and then I used another piece of paper, which I think probably was Studio Calico. And then I thought it'd be nice to do just some airy colors, like a really light pink, super faint, and then wood grain, and then a little bit of black and white. So I'm pulling different things. I did shop the Studio Calico like Black Friday sale, and so I got a big box of just like random documenter stuff. And so some of these things that I'm pulling was from that sale, like these pieces of ephemera that are like craft paper, and then some pieces of like washi, and then some other little stickers here and there. So I may not be able to link that stuff because it's not really for individual sale, but I will try the best I can to find some of the items that I used. So one of the items that I'm using is, or are these stamps from LA Studio, and they're the alphabet stamps. Actually, so I posted on Facebook one day in a group, like a crafty group, and I just said that I was looking for a big alphabet stamp set, and somebody wrote back right away and told me about these LA Studio stamps. And she was like, I don't know if these are big enough or if this is the size you're looking for, but this is an option. And so I really liked the font. I like it that they're simple, and I do love the size. So you can't see it on the camera, but I did mess up that P. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to use that pink anyway, and I went ahead and stamped it, and I got pink all over the paper. Well, I didn't get it all over. I got it kind of like in that middle area. So what I decided to do was go ahead and stamp out people onto another piece of paper in black instead of the pink, and then I'm going to trim it down, and I'm going to add it right on top of my mistake. And it ended up turning out the way that I liked. And I did like that it kind of was a little bit different and gave it kind of like a pop there. So I'm going to do the rest of my title, and it just says The People I Love. And I do kind of struggle with keeping my, number one, getting my stamps to stamp solid, because I'm trying really hard not to get black ink all over the page, but because it is VersaFine ink, and it's super pigmented, so it gets everywhere. So that last word wasn't as bold as I would have liked, but it really honestly didn't bother me. And so I did go back to that. I was like, I guess I didn't learn my lesson with that pink ink, but I did end up really liking the way this turned out. I just kind of stamped a little faint pink quote that came in the Lens Ali Edwards story kit. So I really loved the color scheme, but I think I wanted to add a little something else. So I just pulled this kind of, I'm not really sure. It's not forest green, but it's got kind of like a turquoise feel to it. And I added a couple of little tiny text words below the title and then also above. And then I just started feeling like the title needed something there at the top right hand corner. It's just missing something. And then I was like, well, I'll put this heart, but then the title, it really isn't centered anyway. And so I was like, well, I don't really know if I could put that heart just as one thing. So I decided to pull some of the washi strip that came in the Black Friday Studio Calico sale. And I really love the way it looked. It's just different. And I like to add washi. It's just kind of like just a little additional pop of color. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this process. Let me know if you have any thoughts or questions about some of the stuff that I used, and I'd love to hear from you guys. Make sure if you love the video to give it a thumbs up and to comment down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye.